ladies, we have the topic of discussion tonight is called gratitude. Each week on the show we talk about a subject. Last week was happiness, and from what we were trying to grapple with, casks of wine. They're strangely missing from the studio.
Put the wine back, will you?
But no, there's no wine here on tonight's show, just a little bit of water here. Now, gratitude. And we're very grateful to have our water. Who's dehydrated tonight?
I am.
I am.
I don't know what it is. I've been guzzling a lot today. Oh, here's old guzzle. Now, gratitude, does it come naturally or are you taught gratitude? Can I start off with you, Beck?
Oh, I can be in the hot seat. I think it is a bit of a practice. I feel to me, gratitude softens everything. It just softens everything, and sometimes you do need to practice remembering when you're in not such a positive space. I've been practicing gratitude for a number of years, and I can say it definitely works. It does bring you back into the moment. It brings you back into the heart, and it leaves you with a full cup rather than an empty one. And feeling, loss or grief or sadness and frustration. So it can really, flip that negative into a positive experience if you practice it.
Yes, and sometimes it can be a little bit hurtful if you do give somebody something, and I don't think they're very appreciative of it. And it happened to me once, where I gave a very special book with a necklace in it, chain, and they said, "I'll put it down there."
Yeah. Interesting.
And I thought, isn't that rude?
The most common, I've read an article today, the most common reason for divorce is couples not feeling appreciated, which is gratitude. And it's interesting, I've just moved in with my partner, and where I said to him, "Do you think we're doing the same amount of housework?" And he said, "I don't think so." He said, "I think I'm doing more." And I said, "Well, I think I'm doing more." So we created a board yesterday with a point system, and we're putting points beside each: washing, ironing, cooking, blah, blah, blah. And today when I read the article, I thought, oh my gosh, I need to just thank him versus saying what I'm doing, what he's doing.
Yeah.
I felt embarrassed, but it's interesting. I moved very quickly into, my gosh, I'm so grateful I have a man that does X, Y, and Z. I told him on the way driving here today. To answer your question, Steve, I don't think we're not taught gratitude. I think when we come into the world, the human experience very quickly is to seek ambition and acquire and move from ego. I don't think that's the way, but that's the human experience. When we move to that side, the gratitude pulls us back, and we need to seek gratitude to loosen the attachments, to loosen the desires, to really bring in the abundance we want by not being attached to things. So I don't think we're taught it. We're taught the opposite by everyone on their soul journey making mistakes and learning and growing and evolving. And then we need to surround ourselves by people that teach us gratitude. We find, at times you can hit rock bottom, and that's when you seek out things that help you. And then you need to, you might be going through a breakup or a job loss, and someone says, well, be happy for. And in those moments, we reach. And sometimes we need a difficult moment to reach. It'd be wonderful to not have a difficult moment where you can be grateful for just how things are at the moment. We find things are going great and we suddenly want more. And then we lose it all. And then we're in that vicious cycle. So finding people around you, like, Beck and Linda, you probably have really great daily practices. It's something you need to cultivate. Cultivating gratitude is a practice, it's like fitness. It's a muscle you got to, really flex.
And sometimes I see parents with little kids, and I've got to say I love seeing this, and say thank you to the man, say thank you to the lady, and you don't see that all too often, but when you do, it's a lovely thing. And they thank you, and you think you're instilling in them good manners, but it's charming to see.
It's charming, but then it's moving into feeling it. I like when parents, slow down and why should you be thankful? Because they say thank you because so they can grab the lolly. With my niece and nephews, I love them dearly, but, it's moving in that space of, well, why are you thankful? And you just got to, the practice.
Keep reinforcing.
Keep reinforcing,
And it takes us all the way through to our adulthood as well. To learn to say thank you. keeps our ego intact as well. So.
And to be thankful.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. And if someone comes up and says, "Oh, wow, Steve, that tie looks amazing on you today," and you could say, "This old thing, I've had it on for a while, so I'm feeding." And you'll say, and it'll go backwards and forwards. But it's as simple as saying, "Thank you."
It is, and I do hear you, but I have to smile because how often have we said that? When we say,
Absolutely.
"Gee, you look lovely in that dress." Oh, this old thing.
Yeah.
You do hear that a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more or less like the silent ego wanting someone to give you affirmations, or it's as simple as saying, "Thank you."
But I'm not sure whether a lot of people can handle compliments because they may feel that they're looking perhaps a little bit better than everybody else in a room. Not that when you do point out if somebody has got a very nice dress on. Sometimes if I see a lady wearing a very nice dress, I can't help but tell her,
Yes.
"You look so gorgeous in that." But I'm then mindful of what I've said and I'm thinking, well, perhaps she's never heard that in sort of a long while because it's not something you do hear that often. But I think when you do see, and from a man's point of view, if we see a lovely lady, you can't help, if you're certainly thinking it, you can't help but tell her that she looks gorgeous. Oh, Steve, get on with it.
I read today.
Ladies do like to be told they're
Absolutely, absolutely.
Want to be told. And I think if you notice something really wonderful about a person and you don't tell them, it's like buying someone a present and just not giving it to them, wrapping it up and keeping it at home and never giving it to them. So it's so important when you're in that moment to seize a day and say, "You look beautiful, you look wonderful. That was a really lovely remark." Whatever it is, it's stopping in the moment and saying, "I just want to acknowledge you," and being very present. So being very present is an important thing to have gratitude, because gratitude is about the moment a lot of the time.
And it begins in the home, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Rather than school.
Absolutely. If you teach them from word go,
Yes.
and they will grow up with an amazing thanks for everything that's given to them.
I can tell you did that with your kids. I just know you did.
Absolutely, and I still do it. And I've got a little granddaughter and she's only 1.5, and we Skype at least once or twice a week. She lives in New Zealand, and the first thing I'll go is we'll read stories and through Skype, and I've sent her a couple of books over, and I'll go, say ta to Nanny, say ta, say ta. So it's instilled. You've got to instill it from word go, because...
And they like it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to hear them, their first words going ta or to go is just amazing. But my kids will tell you, I won't give them nothing unless I say please and thank you. It costs nothing.
Yes.
And it reflects on the person who they are.
No matter how old your kids are, you're always a child in the eyes of your parents, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Oh, dear. Well, thank you, ladies. And Marg, our EP, she says, Carlos, are you watching in, Marg's husband, because Carlos prepares dinner for Marg nearly every night. And Marg says that she's not the best of cooks, which I totally disagree with. She's a wonderful cook. But she says, every night I have a wonderful husband who cooks me a lovely meal. Isn't that wonderful?
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
So, yes, imagine having a husband like that.
I think all the ladies and men out there need to look at their partner tonight and just say one thing of gratitude to them.
But hello to all the lovely wives too who are listening in, and they also cook wonderful meals as well, where you'll often hear that cry in the morning, "What's for dinner tonight, love?"
Exactly.
Now, if you don't get a drumstick in the back of the neck as you walk out the back door,
You're doing okay.
and I suppose it is a drumstick that hits you in the back of the neck and it lands on the floor, it's fit to be made into a schnitzel, isn't
That's
it?
right. That's dinner.
Right.
Yes. And if you've got very ungrateful family members, if it crawls, you can wrap it in batter.
Absolutely.
Anyway, well, that's our topic of discussion this week. Oh, can you imagine that?
We went on a high with that topic, didn't we, Steve?
I won't be going back to that restaurant, let me tell you. Let's go back to